This is one of the biggest mistakes I see coaches make. They name their practice after themselves, and that's not personal branding. It's a hobbyist move because your business name is either a marketing asset or it's dead weight. My name is Don Markland. I'm the co-CEO of Numi.com, and I've coached thousands of coaches to grow their practice. And I also have my own business coaching firm, which is its own multi-7-figure practice. And I can tell you with 100% promise that the name on the door changes who shows up. Here's what happens when you name your practice Jane Smith Coaching or whatever it is after your name. People don't know what you do. They don't know who it's for. They don't know if you're leadership or mindset or marriage or weight loss or sales. And they do what humans always do. They move on by. And you end up compensating with more content, more explaining, more DMs, more, let me tell you what I do. And that is exhausting. And worse, it attracts the wrong people, the ones who shop coaches like commodities. I'm going to show you now how to name your coaching practice and the way a business does it. So the name itself does some of the selling for you. And by the end of this, you'll have a simple naming framework, a quick test to know if your name is costing you leads, and real examples that you can copy today. So here's the concept. Outcome first naming. Your business should tell people what you do before it tells them who you are. Your name isn't an identity statement. It's a sign on the highway. And the sign doesn't say who built a road. It tells you where the road goes. So why your name being called after yourself is such an amateur or hobbyist signal. When you name your practice after yourself, what it does is it tells people that your business is a solo thing, that it could disappear if you get busy, that it's a hobby, and that it's very personality based. Sometimes comes across like it's a vanity project. And yes, that's fine if you want your coaching to be a side gig. But if you want to scale, if you want referrals, if you want partnerships, corporate work, higher ticket items, you need to look like an operation, not a person with a calendar. So your goal is simple. Make the name so that it's easier for even a stranger to understand what you do and not ignore you. Now, if you name it after what you do and for who, there's a major shift. So instead of like, let's say Don Markland Coaching, you want a name that implies the problem you solve, the outcome you create, and the category you live in, because clarity beats clever every time. So here's your framework. I want you to do the who plus the result, right? For example, you might have executive performance coaching or pipeline growth coaching or leadership operating system. Okay. That's one example. That is the who plus result framework. Or you could use the mechanism plus outcome framework. So accountability operating system or sales consistency framework or burnout recovery method. Or you can have a category plus the promise. These are some of my favorites. The consistent closer, the confident communicator, right? Those are just examples. And what do all of them do? They help people self-select. My favorite's the name of my business coaching firm, Accountability Now. There's no question about what we do. And there are 3 little tests that you can follow to see, does my business name hold up to snuff? And if your name fails any of these, it's costing you leads today. Test number 1, the 5-second explain test. If someone sees your name for 5 seconds and can't guess what you do, the name fails. Test number 2, the referral sentence test. Can a client say, oh, you should talk to them at so-and-so. They help with, and they know it. They have to say your name and then explain for 45 seconds. It fails. And then test 3, the search plus directory test. When someone is looking for help, they search outcomes and problems. They don't search your name. If your name doesn't contain the words people naturally use when they're looking, it fails. Now, I learned this the hard way. Early on, most of us think the name should be about us. That's what everybody's doing. And that's why it's a vanity project. Because pride doesn't pay invoices, doesn't pay bills. Clarity and specificity does. The moment I started naming things around the result and the system, not the person, conversations get easier and sales get a whole lot easier because I'm not starting from zero every time. Now, I hear a number of things from people. Like, for example, people say, yeah, Don, I hear you. I love that. But I want people to buy me. They will, but they need a reason to start the conversation first. Your name is the front door. Your personality, you, is what keeps them in the house. Okay. Now, I also hear, but Don, I've got so much brand awareness with my name. And that might be true, but I would bet you're not Coca-Cola. I would bet you're not GE. You can change this. You can keep your name as the founder. It's on the about page, all those things. But focus the name on specifically what you do. Let the business name do the heavy lifting on positioning. Now, I also hear, but what if I pivot? What if I change my niches and I move from subject to subject? That's fine. You can create different divisions of your coaching products, create different names. I want you to name around specific categories and really help the business name drive the marketing value of your business. And yes, you can evolve and change offers all the time. It doesn't impact your brand. Now, here's what I want you to do today. Write your current business name at the top of a page. Under it, answer, who do I help? What result do I drive? And then create 10 names using one of these formulas. And you can do it on ChatGPT or whatever you want. The who plus result, or the mechanism plus outcome, or the category plus promise. And then run 3 tests. The 5-second explain test, the referral sentence test, and the search plus directory test. Then you can pick the one that's clearest, not cleverest. If your coaching practice has your name in it, don't take that as an insult. Take it as a signal. You're ready to let that go and operate like a real business. Rename it based on what you do. Turn your coaching practice name into a marketing asset and watch how much easier it gets to attract the right leads. If you want, drop your current name and what you coach on, and I will give you 10 outcome first name options that'll fit your niche to make it easy.